What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 10 of Middle
Oh,
Aged Apocalypse. Episode 10, son. I
yep.
think last time I looked, I think we've got 7 subscribers on Spotify. Thank you. And 12 on YouTube, I want to say. 12, maybe. So thank you guys. We appreciate that. I'm not
It's
sure the
12,
other platforms.
7. It's almost 30. So like $100 an hour worth of therapy. That's like, so thank you. You guys literally saved us like 30 grand in therapy because we're losing our elements here.
Seriously.
Anyway,
Seriously. I
keep,
told that to
keep
I went and had a massage on Tuesday, first time almost a year. And
right.
she's like more on the spiritual side, like she'll put her foot
Like,
on my foot to read my energy, and then she'll
oh, because she's grounding you through her so she can feel your aura. Yeah,
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 and then
yeah.
she's like tapping her fingers together, and then she like
Right.
gets a reading and like picks out a different 3 different oils to use
Mm-hmm.
during the massage. And
She
she'll
put it
like
right here.
she does that
Right
and
here.
yeah, yeah, she'll put that and yeah, on your head, and she'll also use it when she does the massage on your body too.
Right, right.
Um, but it's cool. She'll explain like what each one references and stuff. And I
Do you
told her,
get
I
the
was like, man, this is like therapy. I appreciate it.
dude, seriously? I mean, do you do any of the what do they call it with the needles and shit and the
Oh,
cups?
acupuncture. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
the
yeah.
cupping and acupuncture. I haven't
Cupping
done
and
that.
needles. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I heard
All
it's
right.
pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, I just the way they're like ninjas. You don't even feel the needles go in if you find the right acupuncturist. And the cupping, it's like it's weird because if you're like me, a lot of people have weird spots and they feel like they're going to have, I don't know, like an episode or a heart attack or something because they have indigestion and they're like, oh, I'm going to have a heart attack. It's like, yo, if you feel like you have indigestion right here, you have indigestion. You're not going to have a heart attack. Your heart is down here.
Yeah.
That's why the punch to the center of the sternum is like the way of the Chinese warrior, like the side punch right to the sternum. You catch them off breath, though, dead.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's. I mean, it's you know, let's not sound like prissies here. There ain't no insurance that covers that. Maybe you work for a company that'll cover it off the lamb, but
Oh,
yeah,
all the
no,
holistic stuff. Right. The holistic
yeah,
stuff,
but
which
what?
is actually true medicine. Like it's all that
It's
they
yeah,
used before modern medicine, which they all suppress now because they
right,
can make money off of us.
yeah. I mean, it's like, oh my God forbid, it's $120 for an hour and a half for the first time you go, but I promise you that's $65 for. They'll tell you it's only going to be like 45 minutes, but those people are salt of the earth. It'll always be an hour. If you opt for needles, cups, and everything else, deep tissue, soft tissue, just say, just, just do your thing. You let them go. Especially if it's like a 75-year-old woman that immediately makes you feel like her child within the first 2 minutes. Just hand them your cash. I promise you, it will satisfy you and you'll feel that much better.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. You just like they gently wake you up. I mean, mine, Pam, she's she's turning 77 this year, she'll gently just rock you back and forth, and then she'll pull all the needles out really quickly, and then delicately pull the cups off, and then start putting your socks back on you, and then she'll gently pull you up, brush your hair out of your face, and help you put your shirt on. And she's like, "Did you have a good nap? You napped for like 20 minutes. How does everything feel? Does your shoulder feel better? Does your back?" I'm like, "Yo, just like take my wallet." Dude, it's like witchcraft. It's like, yeah, go to the ER for what? $3,000 for just, they're like, he needs a bag of saline. He's dehydrated. Like,
Right.
what? That's a good solution.
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyway,
that self-care is a real thing, man. Yeah, get massages, get acupuncture, do
for real.
yoga, you know. Um,
Yeah.
that's important for sure. Um,
Yoga's dope. Yoga's dope. I've never participated in it, but I like the stretching. What I do, I just stretch a lot, and then I'll just do like a shit ton of like push-ups and dips.
yeah, that's huge
So,
for especially people our age, like stretch for sure. Stretching's huge.
mhm. Yeah, and I mean, especially when you played football and were a downhill skier your whole life growing up, and then you blow out a knee at 16 years old, and you know, come 40, it's like, man, you got to stretch them hammies, got to stretch them hips. It's a slippery slope the harder you play. And
Yeah.
that was just the way we were raised, though. It's like, yeah, if you didn't get any blood when you were on the field, you didn't show up to play. That's how we were raised. So
Yeah.
what are we supposed to think at this point?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh, you lost and you don't have a cut? Well, you don't get an orange. Get in the back seat. Like,
Dude, that's so funny. You bring that up. I ended up mowing the field today. Um, and I was listening to Tim Dillon's podcast, and
yo,
he was talking about the minivans of the 90's and how
oh, they're awesome.
all of our boomer parents grew up on these things, and he's like, what a major cause of trauma. He's like, these things. He's like, these families buy these things, and they're like a permanent like restaurant on wheels. He's like, all they did was
Yeah.
pick us up, drive to the drive-in or the drive-through, get some food, eat it in the car, take us to soccer practice or wherever the hell we're going, and we're throwing
Mm-hmm.
food all over the place. Those things were like a
Oh,
cesspool.
yeah.
It's just full of trash and food,
Mm-hmm.
but everyone had one. Oh,
Well, and that's the funny thing too, is because that's why a bunch of dudes these days that are like anywhere between 50 and 70 years old that are still doing carpentry and are still in the field are driving those vans because, oh, it's built to seat 11. Okay, so when you pull out every seat except the one, well, there goes almost 1,000 pounds. And then, oh, it's rated for another X amount of weight. Uh, one, two, three, four, five. So 2,000 pounds of humans. Dude, those things had 1 ton suspension. So dude, I'm telling you, you see old white dudes driving around here in Dodge Caravans like in 1997. Things full of lumber. Because like do the math. Do the math. 10 humans and they averaged it at 200 pounds. So there's 2,000 pounds. Then there's another 2,000 pounds of luggage, then 1,000 pounds worth of seats. So you're at 5,000 pounds right now. You pull that 5,000 pounds out of there, well, you can haul 5,000 pounds. You can't even haul 5,000 pounds with a half ton or a 3/4 ton.
yeah.
Dude, those old vans, those things are tanks. That's why the Middle Easterners like them. Mm, yeah, I'll play it. I'll play it coy. Yep. The ones that wear the headbands? Yeah, those guys.
They they like what?
That's why they love those vans.
Oh, mini.
I mean, the ones that wear the headbands, those guys. And they scream a lot. And, they instead of putting lumber in the back, they're putting. You tell me. I
Uh,
won't go any farther with that, but
what was so
explosives.
oh
What?
boy. I've um w- I sometimes look back and try and
Jerk
name,
off.
there's that, but what was your, let's say between the time you were 16 and 22, what was your favorite car that you owned over those
G
6 years?
19, 1998 Jeep Grand Cherokee 5.9 liter Mopar.
Okay.
4-door, granite, black, slate, paint, side steps, alloy wheels, hood louvers, dual intake, K&N. Uh, yeah, that was the coolest truck. That was the coolest SUV ever built, as far as I'm concerned.
That was the one
Anyone
you had when I first met you, right?
fucking right it was the
Hell
one
yeah.
that
That's what I thought.
we the first time you and I personally hung out was like it was like the start of winter. You came down and me and you went through Cold State with V Shiz. Remember V?
Okay.
Eric Vorholak, Connecticut kid. He had the great laugh and fucking big smile. Cool
Yeah, yeah. I
Connecticut
remember the
motherfucker with
name.
that. He had the Lexus. He slept on the couch a lot. He got kicked off campus for trying to light a fire alarm on fire with a lighter.
Oh boy.
But yeah, the three of us, we went through Cold State in my 5.9 and come up on that first turnaround circle, and I just tapped the brake, gave it a little gas, and just drifted that whole thing. And he was like, this is like Mozart. How the fuck do you do this? I was like, I don't fucking know. And you just handed me a joint. You were like, bro, just keep doing it. This is awesome. Just keep getting high. No one else is coming here. You gotta, because that thing was what was that? It was like it was the best 4-wheel drive they ever came up with. It had dual locking, but it was symmetrical. So you both diffs could lock, but they'd switch off, and it was like the Hummers that got shipped out to Iraq in 2004. They had those like centrifugal diffs that could shift power. So like, say you're like leaning on something, right? And you got one front wheel and one rear wheel hanging off some shit. The ones that actually have contact, the transmission would automatically force all the power of the motor into the two wheels that actually had contact and just pull you right out of anything.
Oh, no
I mean,
shit.
dude, yeah, dude, me, Danny, and Aviel had that fucking thing like right up 24. Um, what road is that that goes up? What road is that that goes all the way from Providence all the way down to Newport, where you have to go over the Mount Hope Bridge?
195?
Nobody cares. So
195? Yeah.
when you get over, remember when you take that left right over the bridge and you're heading up Route 3 east north towards Boston.
Mhm.
Remember that? Like where I'd peel off and you'd have to drive through the ocean water, but there was that little like weird off road thing that you could just bash. Dude, I had that thing straight up bald tires, 100% bald. You can see wires showing. And me, Aviel, and Danny just fucking. And I'm like, are we gonna stink? And Danny's just like, bro, hit the fucking gas pedal. And I just mowed it. And dude, the mud was up to the, like 2 inches above the fucking windows.
Holy
And
shit.
that thing pulled right out. Bald tires, all wheel drive, just like, see ya, you're safe. Don't worry about anything.
Damn.
Dude, that was 1998 Jeep Grand Cherokee, limited 5.9, coolest ever, fastest original ever SUV of all time. Period.
Okay.
And there's no
Okay.
argument until the BMW X5 came out. And my stepmom bought one on my dad's credit card. Fuck, dumbass. And then me and Brent raced them, and the Jeep beat the fucking BMW. So I don't know what car and driver was. Obviously, BMW paid off car and driver because the BMW was 7.2 and the Jeep was 6.7, 0 to 60. So killed those. Anyhow, I don't know how we got so far on that tangent. What do you got on the docket? My phone's
Uh,
all fucked up.
well, let me give you mine. I think I'm biased towards my
No, if it's a Subaru, I'm not talking to you ever again.
no, I'm biased towards my Volvo because it saved my life, but I don't think it was my favorite car. But I have to give it the top spot just because it did save my life when I decided to drive at 100 miles an hour into a telephone pole. Um,
Correct. What
but I
about the what? What about the 2000? The one that remember when? Well, obviously you remember when Aviel and I were living together. And what town is that there? The
um,
one that Tiverton? No. Right south of Roger Williams.
oh boy,
Fuck.
I tried to put most of that out of my memory. I'm not sure. Um,
Yeah, but why would you do that? Because that's like when you and
no, just
Christy
like
got
I
together.
had to make the towns and the roads and stuff. I had to make room for other.
Oh, 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 oh! You just did it. Towns and roads. Tiverton.
Okay.
Tiverton, Rhode Island. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Am I wrong?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, here we go. So continue. Fuck, man. I actually accomplished something today.
Um, oh, what was your point though? You were saying what about the uh, what about oh, I don't know where you're going with that. I was gonna say I think my favorite car to drive that I owned between the ages of 16 and 22 was the car my dad I inherited from my dad when he got a new car. He went and got a Subaru, I think, but I got his 1996 Honda Accord 5-speed 4-door. That thing
Hmm.
was,
That's a nice little car.
yeah, yeah, 96 Accord. Very nice. I love that thing, dude.
Sick
So
little
fun.
car. You can't, I mean, dude, people, like, I mean, imagine if you could, like, find some old lady, like, you got one of them that's 20,000, 20,000 miles, 20 years old.
Oh, just
Imagine,
sitting
like,
in a
somebody
garage with dust on it. You're like, oh,
just heard that, oh, my husband died and right by that car in 1994. You're like, wait. Back up. You got a 94 stick shift Honda with 15,000 miles? I mean, dude, oh, I'll take two 2 grand, young man. You're like, yo, here's 1,500. Yeah, you go on the main market. You're flipping that thing for fucking 12.5. You kidding me?
Oh,
For
easy.
real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easy, guy. You're making 100% overnight. No doubt. No doubt. That's
Absolutely.
I've been that's I don't know. I'll have to. This is a conversation that you and I have to have personally. But I got a handful of links for those mini trucks because everyone's got a bunch of fucking boners for them. So I don't know if I can get them. I talked to a handful of the sellers. If I can get them down to the right price, I can make some serious cash. Because bozos on this side of the country, they don't care. They're like, I'll just put the logo of my winery on the side of it. And just drive around. Like they don't. They don't, There's nothing really happening up here outside of oh, I have a banker and a lawyer, and I don't know what financing is. You know, they just it's just a fun little project for them. It's like you know, you take a 4-year-old and you put him on the porch with like watercolor. You're like, yeah, buddy, just go paint. Just so you can just go in the corner and just. I mean, am I wrong?
Uh,
I'm not wrong. How am I wrong?
if you're just listening, he motioned smoking a bowl and taking a drink of something.
Rum.
Uh,
Why
rum da
is the
dum dum
rum?
dum. All right, let's see what
Why
we
is the
got on the
rum?
docket.
Why is the rum? No, no, no. Why is the rum always gone?
Um,
What do you got? What do you got? Come on.
well, did you hear about all these things like beepers and stuff blowing up in Lebanon?
We're seeing a variety of videos in which people in Lebanon are going about their daily lives in markets, buying goods in grocery stores, and suddenly explosions go off next to them. What this appears to be is hundreds of incidents where individuals, it's believed affiliated with Hezbollah, have pagers that have exploded almost simultaneously, all within a very brief period of time, causing hundreds, perhaps even thousands of injuries. Lebanese hospitals are calling upon staff to come back to their places of work. Among the injured is, according to one semi-official Iranian news agency, is the Iranian ambassador to Beirut. Now, Lebanese officials are suggesting Israel is behind it. This comes within the context of the continuing and increasing tensions between Hezbollah and Israel going back to October 7th.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It's like, and supposedly it's Israel trying to take out Hezbollah, but
Bullshit. It's the UN.
well, yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I think they're involved for sure.
I don't even think it's the UN. I think it's the CIA. It's kind of their dirty tricks.
Isn't
And
that weird
like,
though?
honestly, like, wait, no, you asked me a question. I'm not trying to just be like the pause guy. I'm just saying, who fucking goes from a flip phone to a pager?
Yeah, that is funny.
Uh, uh,
Uh, but then
someone answer me that.
it was other stuff too. There was CB radios and iPhones. A bunch of iPhones in the store were popping. All kinds of
You know how
shit.
many people I would fucking punch? Oh my. It's just the stupidest thing I've ever. It's like the most beautiful I don't know what are they called? Fucking fruits and vegetables, produce market, and then the guy's hip just like blows off everywhere, and it's like, what? Who is this? 1989? Are you
Yeah,
guys
it's like a video
fucking?
game, dude. It's fucking wild.
Who who uses pagers? I don't.
Well, I
My
mean,
dude. My dad had a bag phone covered in Caesar dressing from 19. I'm not kidding you. With extra garlic, the thing fucking stunk. It was a briefcase. It was a briefcase with a full size house phone connected to it with
Yeah.
the curly cord and everything. And he just reached down between the center console and the driver's seat and just ripped the thing out of there. He was like, "What the fuck is called?" It's like, who? Like, okay, that's a different story. That's why he got pulled over like 4 times and the cops thought he was a coke dealer. But he was just like, "What are you jealous because you don't have a fucking bag phone?" Like, but anyways, the bottom line, what my point is that was 1987. Do the math. How long ago was that, Greg?
Oh boy, that
Oh
would
wait,
be 37 years ago.
43.
Oh, 40? No. I was born in 84 and that was 40 years ago. So, 4, 5, 6,
I was
7,
born
30,
in.
37 years ago. 87 was 37
Oh, I didn't. I didn't put good to that. That a boy.
years.
I didn't pull the spare three. That boy. That boy. I like it. But
Sometimes I'm quick on the wit.
eh, I just don't. I just don't like what makes a whole nation start to use 40-year-old technology
I
again.
think
What?
they're
What?
just, I imagine Lebanon maybe second or third world. So, I mean, it makes sense. You know, like
Are they?
doctors and nurses still use them here. So it's not like they're, obsolete.
I haven't seen a pager since 1991.
I'm pretty sure doctors and nurses still have them. If you're like a ER nurse or something. I don't know.
Maybe,
I
but
don't know.
like
Maybe the last time I saw a show about ER nurses was in the 90's. Maybe they don't use pagers. I don't know. I'm trying to
probably,
remember.
probably, probably the
Uh,
last time we smoked a blunt by Cold State Bridge or whatever the hell. What's that bridge called down there?
Mount Hope.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was probably after like who knows, me, you, and whoever else smoked a joint down there and watched that. What was that? The that that show. Remember, there was the episode where they didn't know if the kid. He was like a Russian exchange student, and they didn't know if he committed suicide or he jumped off the bridge, and all they found was like part of his foot and sneaker. So unresolved
Oh yeah.
mysteries.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember, dude. Me, you, and what was the blonde girl with the weird? She had big tits. Jess.
Yeah. 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 My
We
ex's
don't. We don't
roommate.
need.
Yeah.
We don't. Yeah, we don't need last names, but people get it. But yeah, I remember watching that episode. That was like one of the first times you and I got baked together. That was yeah, dude, that was so weird. What was the dude? What was that kid's name that lit the dumpster on fire after the Red Sox won? And
Oh boy.
he
I
almost
don't remember.
he almost what did we called him something? Oh, we called him Squelch. And Squelch and his alias was Sam Swelch. That was his alias, but that wasn't his actual name. I don't, dude, that was crazy though. You remember that? Were
Vaguely.
you, yeah, were you on campus that night?
I don't think so.
Oh man, that was wild.
I was
I just
probably
remember
working.
like
Yeah.
I was just like I mean, I don't know whether you were or you weren't. Who knows? I was 19, so you weren't that old, but you probably were working. That was what was that? Patriots, Yankees, fucking 2004. Yeah, that was wild. That was wild. And I was in 6 months before that, I was in Houston with the old man at the Super Bowl watching the Patriots beat Jake Delhomme and the Panthers. And I was just decked out. It was like me and Hodge.
Okay.
Noah, Hodge, Eshiz, his old lady, Lindsay at the time. We're all freshmen. We're just like, we're like, what the fuck is going on? What is all this smoke? And we walk outside and everyone's just going crazy. Like people are like stomping each other's cars and shit. Everyone's getting arrested left and right. And I'm like, yo, this is dope. It was great. That was fucking hilarious. I just thought it was I'm like, yeah, he stomped on that Lexus. Get him. He's from New Jersey. Like,
Uh,
uh, can't remember myself.
what was your? Do you have like a memory of when you were in college, but you left campus to go off campus to do something fun, and then came back like for a weekend or something?
That's more of a boarding school question.
Okay, that
Because college, because
counts.
college, you don't need, someone to tell you it's okay to leave. When you're at
No,
boarding school,
no.
when you're at boarding school that I went to, you're under their care. So you have to get like an acceptance and a signed signature because they're the ones that
Okay.
are your legal guardians. But when you're in college, you can leave and do whatever the fuck you want, whatever the fuck you want, because you're free.
Right, right. Well, let me give mine as an example, and I mean, I was in college, so I could leave whenever, but we
Mm-hmm.
I had a bunch of friends in the dorm who lived in Connecticut, and
Right.
so he had friends who went to UConn. So we went to one of their I forget what they call it now. It was their big party weekend, I guess, that they
Some
have.
frat bullshit acceptance thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
No,
so it's this huge area of dorms, and just every single dorm has like beer pong set up outside, and
yeah.
um, and then like in the center was like the auditorium, and they had a
Mm-hmm.
concert that night, and I think it was Meth and Redman. Um,
No doubt. Yep.
Busta Rhymes, maybe Busta was the headliner. I know he was there. We
Yeah.
didn't have enough money to go to the concert, but
You
um,
could hear it though.
oh
You could
yeah, we
hear it.
stood outside the whole time because the entire
Fucking
parking
right.
lot was just people drinking, and it's one of those situations where the cops just are there to
They're like, hey,
crowd
hey, hey, hey,
control.
shh,
Yeah,
bourgeois.
right.
They
They allow these underage people to drink as so long as
don't
they're
give a
not
fuck.
getting out of control, because they know they
And
can't
so long as
control
they're
it.
gonna make it home to their wife and kids and they don't get their asses beat by a bunch of drunk fucking 18-year-olds that are in twice the shape they are.
Right, right. So the entire parking lot is drinking, and then every single dorm is just people drinking beer pong everywhere. Dude, it was fun. That was such a fun night.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
What a blast.
Oh yeah.
What a blast.
It
What
was what the first That was didn't you come to the show with us to what was it the Roots, and then Dropkick Murphys came in, and it was like this crazy fucking like mosh pit.
Was
That
that
was
at
like
the school?
2000 at Roger Williams. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
The
think I
Roots
was
came
there.
in, and Black Thought just like it was. The funniest thing is it was me and Birdman, me and little whatever his name is, Steven or Chris Birdman, like we all call them. And we're in the dugout, one of the dugouts. I don't know if it was a softball field or the baseball field. And we're smoking a joint and passing a flash back and forth. And I'm like, yo. And he's like, what, bruh? And I'm like, yo, am I tripping? And he's like, I don't know, but I hope I am. And I'm like, I know, me too. It's like, I know, me too, little buddy, but hold on. Holy shit. Yo, that's Black Thought from the Roots. I was like, we gotta move. We're fucking up hard. And we just started sprinting towards the building. And I'm like, I don't know I don't remember who came on after. Oh, yeah. French Montana came on after that. And then it was, um, Ship It Up to Boston, whatever those dildos names are. The punk rock, punk rock group, like I just mentioned before.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The,
Dropkick Murphys.
yeah.
I've seen them in
Yeah, but that was,
concert. They're pretty good. I like that.
yeah. No, I'm not saying they're not. That's just not my style of music. But
Right. I
it was
hear.
kind of, it was just kind of funny just rolling in there because it was all the same. It was all the same, like New Jersey and New York dildo douchebag fucking fake tan, gel hair, straight up like Jersey Shore kids, and it's just like duff, 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 and then it's
Oh,
like,
that
where's
was
my
right
voice?
in the heat of the Jersey Shore fame too. That was right in the
Oh
middle
yeah,
of that.
oh
Show
yeah,
was
yeah,
huge.
and there was so many people. It was different than the bar, because at the bar when they'd always try to fight me at all the roughneck New England kids, I was able to just, it's like, boom, me and fucking Bird ran in there, and I'm like, go get the crew. And I just like start running around in circles with all these lunatics, and I'm like, I've never done this. And I'm just like, oh, look at gel there. Boom, boom, boom. And then I just stepped out, and I'm like, what? I just got to decimate three people and just walk away. Like, that was that was like one of the most fun times I've ever had in my life. Let me tell you, bro. I know that sounds like
uh,
really, I know it sounds like twisted and shit, but it's like, yeah, oh, you're gonna inherit a $3 million house on a fucking island in Puerto Rico, like, wham! You're gonna inherit a fucking plumbing business worth $10 million. Wham! Your dad builds bridges. Wham! It was just, oh, it was majestic. And I just stepped aside, and the whole thing like closed up like a wound in the Matrix. And I just lit a cigarette. And I was like, my boys, you know, just looked around and boom, there's Reynolds, Jesse, Hayes, all the boys. Just like, let's get a move on. We gotta get the fuck out of here. I did some shit that's probably on camera, but nothing ever came of it. So I don't know. It was a good time though. I'll tell you that. I don't know.
disclaimer: we do not condone senseless violence here on Middle Aged Apocalypse. We're
It was
simply
100%.
reminiscing from a simpler time.
It was 100% self defense. So
There you go.
that's the biggest part, and no one's ever going to be able to prove it differently. So if you
Boy.
wanna, if you wanna start something, you start something, but it won't be nothing. Listen to "It's Dark and Hell is Hot," DMX, 1997. If you need to learn the rules of the streets, that's what you need to do. Or if you really want to get worse, then listen to his following album thereafter. If you want to get bloody, you get bloody. But you gotta know, it's dark and hell is hot. You want to fall in a hole you dug, be my guest. I didn't say it, my great grandfather did. What does it mean? Who fucking knows? Who cares? Just be scared of it. That's the whole point. Don't act up. Don't be a little bitch. Accept everything you get. I think that's the point of like everything our grandparents told us when we were younger. It's just like, I want to hit you so bad, but just do your homework. Oh, damn you. And then you're just like, oh my word, mom, can you finish the laundry? And then mom's gone. Mom went to get cigarettes. She's never coming home again. So good job. Good job, son. That's what you created. Mom is now an alien zombie creature. All
Oh,
right.
yeah. Interesting.
All right.
Huh.
Mom went out for cigarettes and she's never coming home.
Oh, fuck.
What else you got? I won't interrupt you.
Did you
I promise.
did you did you end up watching that?
I know I did
Uh,
not. I don't even know what you're talking about, but
did you
no,
watch
I couldn't.
that video of the this guy?
All right, Grandma, what do you got? Bring it.
did, did you watch that video of can't get past it. That Resvani that that armored truck. Did you see that armored truck? I sent you that video.
Which one? There's been like a million. That's like the new hype. That's what everyone's doing now. We gotta get into robbery. What are we
Uh,
doing?
get into
We're
what?
wasting time. We're wasting time. We're gonna start robbing all these dudes.
Wasting time. I uh I don't know. I thought that thing was cool. I guess they don't cross my feed too much, but I didn't see how much this thing cost, but it was pretty
Wait,
sweet.
which one? The one covered in the skull that I sent you? That we thought we each sent
No,
each
no, no.
other?
This is the Rasvati Vengeance. 110-volt electric doors.
Pepper spray.
You've got your front blinding lights, rear blinding lights, strobe lights, shocking doors, magnetic deadbolt, smoke screen, and pepper spray. This is bulletproof glass.
Not that one. It's called a Resvani. It's like a SUV style armored truck, and it has like what's it called? Electricity running through the doors, so you can electrify the doors. It has like a oil slick you can drop out the back and shit. Um, Smoke screen you can drop. Um, I can't remember what else offhand, but that thing was pretty cool.
Why did creativity take 70 years to actually Shit.
Yeah, I know.
This is in James Bond 70 years, bro. Like, what is it? Oh, my camera. I knocked it over. I'm 100% blaming it on the cat. See, look, he's totally the menace. He's totally the one to blame.
He
You're
looks like he
totally the
did
one
it.
to blame, Sarge. Who's got your belly?
He
Who's
does
got
look
your
like
back?
he
But
did it.
who's got your back? But who's got your belly? Look at him! Look at him! It's that worm.
That's so
What
funny.
are you doing, big boy? See, everyone thought they're like, what is tail on bunch? I'm like, because he's half Bob. What else? Like, am I supposed to? Look at this.
What a good
Only a
boy.
monster. Only a monster. Look at the man that is. He runs the castle, but I have the belly.
So, did you
Look
hear?
at it. Look at how chill he is. Isn't that awesome? Like, what was the last cat that you saw that you could rub someone's cat's belly? That just don't try to attack. Like, look
Yeah,
at
I
that.
used to
Look
have
at
a
that.
couple of cats, but I don't think they let me do that.
No, no. All right, let me get this set up right again. Oh, that was like similar to how it was.
That's
How's
pretty
that?
good. Yeah, that's good.
All
Um,
right, what do you got?
so did you hear about these rumors that Congress is being notified right now of a non-organic object that's so I guess the James Webb Telescope discovered a non-organic object that is zero point
So,
0.9 light years away approaching Earth. Um,
There are briefings unclassified where people from Congress are being told that James Webb made a discovery. The second discovery was tasked to look at a possible incoming contact, so an object that they spotted. This person that I've been talking to was asked to not talk about the details yet, but they can tell me that the first discovery, the lights, came from ESA, the European Space Agency. The other one is coming from the USA Canadian team, also from James Webb though, but they're the ones leading this investigation. It was tasked from either the NSA or the DoD. They don't know who's the one tasking it. This object is making moves, braking moves, and course correcting moves. So that means that it is not a natural satellite. That means that it is not an asteroid either. It's coming this way and it is massive. I wasn't given speed of this object. I wasn't given dimensions. It was very vague, and this is what Congress people are being told as well. But there is another nugget of information that they're being told, which is the reason they are doing these unclassified briefings, because apparently there is some level of urgency. That doesn't mean that it's a threat, but it needs to be looked at and it needs to be studied.
I think we found we could possibly have found a signature of an ET of an alien technological signature. We can't really nail it. We need more data, but that's what they're doing right now. Pavel, that's why James Webb is looking for optical signatures, and that's why all these telescopes in the world, radio telescopes, are focusing in to get more data and get out of the LIS, get out of the low information zone. I think they found something. So Breakthrough Listen is funded by a very rich gentleman who's put all this money because he knows, you know, money where his mouth is. He knows that something big has been found, and he wants to, I think, in the next in the next, whatever, 5 years, actually announce that BL, Breakthrough Listen, are actually going to find something and actually have proof. I think the big announcement is going to come from Oxford in England, which is the headquarters of Breakthrough Listen, and on social media, because we're digging.
I don't know exactly when it's supposed to enter our orbit, but they're talking about this a lot on at least my social media feed right now. I'm getting a lot of it. I've seen it mentioned several times now. Now, I know we discussed Nibiru recently. You think this could be related? The Anunnaki's home planet?
I mean, I don't know. I'd have to get out of here, you fuck. I think I'd have to like explore this in a different way. I'd have to honestly, if I was gonna be compelling and complete and honest, I think I would have to go on some DMT and just go to the other side of the galaxy and ask some questions for about 20, 25, 30 minutes. And then just right here where I am, just bong right here, just right on top of some weed, just launch up. I mean, it's not one of those things that you can, I don't know how to explain it. It's not one of those things that you can just like internally digest and hope for the right outcome. It's one of those things that you have to, I don't know, put the tip in, see how it feels, and then just go balls deep. You don't. There's no choice in the matter. You gotta. If you haven't done it, then you don't, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that you're dumb or whoever I'm talking to. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. But what I'm getting at is that if you haven't done something like DMT or anything like its brothers or sisters in terms of variants, then you literally have zero idea what I'm talking about. I've done acid. I've done mushroom. Sit down. Sit down. Put those things in my protein shake. It's okay. You haven't been to the other side of the galaxy. So what I'm getting at is that if you ain't been there, you don't know. It's a different timeline. It's a different universe. It's a different place. So I'm struggling to remember what was the initial question you asked me, Greg.
I was talking about how there's an object that's supposedly not naturally created, non-organic, so an object that is supposedly created by something that's zero point 0.9 light years away from us that's going to enter our orbit. And I asked if you think it's related to Nibiru, the home planet of the Anunnaki, and that's what the James Webb has pinned in on.
Well, I suppose I didn't fly too far off track. At least I made a proper introduction as to where I stand. How far? How many light years? What's the point of contact that they've
I'm not
calculated?
sure.
How
Well,
fast is this
let's just
object
say
moving?
if it's zero point 0.9, we'll say that's about one. How far is one light year? It's one. Oh, I feel like an old man typing with one finger.
No,
Far as
spitting.
one year. So that is 5.879 times 10 to the 12th miles. Uh,
What's the point of
how
care?
long does it take to travel 1 light year? So, as defined by the International Astronomical Union, IAU, a light year is the distance that light travels in a vacuum in 1 Julian year. So it's 365.25 days. So it's about, 10 months, something
Clearly
like that.
exposed is three. Clearly exposed is 336,000 miles on average. So regardless, 336, 356. What's the big fucking difference? There isn't. So when it comes down to brass tacks, that's what every second, correct?
Um, every second. No, I was just saying that this says a light year is about uh, an average year. So a light
But
year.
the speed to achieve it. So that
Oh,
meaning the speed that the 365,000 whatever that you said initially times 365 days.
I get what you're saying.
So
Here's
that's light. It's what that means is light speed. There's nothing we've ever come across that can hit light speed. That's why everyone
right.
loves Star Wars movies, fucking Marvel movies, because
So
it's
this
it's
this thing must be moving pretty good clip, I imagine, because this says a plane, an airplane traveling at 600 miles per hour would take 1 million years to travel 1 light year.
yeah. That's just so like the media can make you scared of stupid shit, right? So what you got to do is you have to do 24 times 7 times 52 times what? 365 or no? At the point you get to 52, that's as many hours and minutes and bullshit as there is in a year. Who cares? You're gonna get close enough. Either way, the number's gonna fucking shock you. So it's like it's billions of times faster once you finish the math. I've done it. Like I fucking thought I ate some sleeping pills, but it turned out it was ketamine a couple years ago. And I'm like, why do I feel like a horse? And I fucking did that. I couldn't sleep, and it's like insane. And the part that doesn't make any sense, realistically, is how we can just, in the movies and such, they're like, oh, well, I mean, there's probably other alien stuff that could do what we can. How do you fly through an asteroid field without looking at anything? You just blow through it? What do you have? Just some super stuff? But that's the whole thing. That's what I was talking about, peeling back the layers of time. Because it doesn't, once you go back, it doesn't matter. You can do everything you want to try to preserve the future you came from. Give me a fucking break. You put, you throw a match or a fucking, some chick needs to douche and she puts it in the wrong receptacle and you wipe your ass the wrong way and you go and get a sip of water out of the wrong sippy. It's like, dude, you're not going back. No matter what, you fuck with time travel, you're never gonna get back to where you came. Sorry to say, but and see that the thing that I love is that in like 50 years, people will be like, look at this old bozo on this Armageddon fucking thread and fucking oh, fuck, he was right, man. I'm never gonna see Grandma. Grandma's dead, bro. And then I'm just gonna be there, like, on his shoulder, just like the little devil, and be like, extreme! Like the first Harold and Kumar, you know, those douchebag kids that were like, but I mean, for real, like, this is all been proven. So where do we go from here?
What
That's,
did you hear about this second moon that we're gonna get for like a couple months?
oh, do I really have to hijack a plane and go grab it? Fucking make my bet. Fuck's
I guess
sake.
some asteroid is gonna come into our orbit and then be a second moon for like I don't remember 2 or 3 months, something like that. It's so weird. Never heard of such a thing.
I I just I just want Thor. You know, Thor after he loses his whole meaning of life, then just cuts his hair off, just starts killing everyone. That's the Thor that we need. You know, he restarts the that planet where Peter Dinklage is the humongous elf that helps him make the what is that axe, whatever the fucking axe is called, that Thanos, being the terrible piece of shit that he is, you should hit me in the head. And then he flicks his fingers. Everything goes to hell. But yeah, no, that's all I have to say about that. Really, I would just, I did, you know, how cool is that to see, a 180-pound dude just restart a planet? It's one of in my opinion, that's one of the most badass scenes I've ever seen in terms of CGI. I guarantee you that scene where Thor restarts the forge was probably at least a quarter of the budget of that entire movie. Guaranteed. It's like unbelievable. The first time I saw that shit, dude, me and Mark and Sam rewatched that shit like 8 times in a row. We're like, what the fuck just happened? And then we went to smoke a butt because I was still smoking butts back then. That was like 6 years ago. And we sit down on the porch and I'm like, why didn't they just fucking um have what the fuck? Green Man. Come on now. Hulk. Why didn't we just have Hulk do that? And then, oh yeah, right, because Scarlett Johansson threw him halfway across the galaxy, exactly like a fucking child, being the Terminator of the Coliseum. Right. Yeah. Dude, I wish, I don't know, I don't know, we're getting on a tangent, but sometimes it's good to get away from over serious shit. But I would like to know how Thor won that fight between him and Hulk on the collector's planet there, because it just ended and Thor, or not Thor, Hulk was just out. You know, Thor was like, "I'm not losing. What are you talking? I'm gonna destroy you," and he did. So I don't know. I just wish I knew like exactly what happened. What do you think happened?
Well, I was gonna say when you said you rewatched it 8 times, I was gonna say, well, that's 9 more times than I've seen that scene.
Why, you don't like it?
I've never seen it. I told you. I didn't watch a bunch of the
Oh,
Marvel
you're
movies.
wicked far behind on Marvel. Right, right, right. Why are you so far behind on Marvel?
I don't know. I think it just fell right where my kids were not really into that stuff, and then Christy and I were watching different things, and then we were switching platforms all the time, and um, movie theaters started to go to the wayside, and I don't know.
Have you seen them now though?
I
I
don't
haven't.
seek I don't seek them out. Like, I guess if I was
I
on
don't
an
either.
airplane and it popped up, I would put it on or something. But there's just so
No,
much to watch now.
I'm saying movie theaters because, like,
Oh,
dude, nobody goes to them anymore. So the people that do enjoy the spoils because, yo, it's like stadium. It's like elite seating. There. Hold on. Let me see if. Oh, there we go. It's the seats are um like pro on whatever airline it is, elite seating, whatever. You know, you got like a little den section. I mean, these people just like bring their beautiful like labradoodles, and they have this big area to lie down next to where you can fully adjust and lie your whole seat down, bro. It's ridiculous. I was like, whatever it is, business class. It was um,
right.
it was Clay Travis from the Clay and Buck Sexton show on Voice of America, and he's like, he's like, I'm not a priss, but I'll admit it, I'll never. He's like, once you fly that kind of flight, you're never gonna sit in coach or even first class ever again. He's like,
Yeah.
business elite. He's like, business elite, you have a fucking bed. He's like, you do whatever you want. But
Yeah, dude, I saw a video of one of those like Asian airlines. It was like Singapore Air or something, but it was
oh,
one of those
so sad.
double-decker planes, I think, and it must have been business class. It was an
Yeah.
apartment. There was a
Yeah.
there was a huge like common bathroom where she let him change into his bathrobe, and then he
Mm-hmm.
had like it was bigger than a New York City apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, what the fuck? Their full size bed, like a king size bed. Like,
I'm
holy
telling you.
shit, it's wild.
That's like that's why I've been thinking like, why don't I just run for some kind of anything? I mean, yeah, once you get into that private class, you're locked in for life. It's like, wait. 25, 30 some odd years, Nancy Pelosi by herself is worth almost $200 million. Her salary doesn't even come close to 1% of that. So, hey, sign me up. I'm game.
You
Get me into
gotta
that corrupt shit.
gotta get your insider info from a congressman on the stock market, I
It's
guess.
it's so fucking corrupt. I just be like, no.
Well, sir, I gotta put the chickens to bed. We're at an hour here. I think this was a good episode.
I'm gonna
I
put you to bed.
tried to keep this
Fuck,
one pretty light. I do want to
fuck your
apologize.
chickens.
I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna fuck my chickens. But
I'm gonna punch all your chickens.
don't punch my chickens. They didn't do anything
Ugh,
to you.
can't wait to punch. I'm gonna punch your chickens so hard.
No, they'll
Oh
peck
yeah,
you.
it'll be so.
I'm
It'll,
gonna sick 'em on you. You're like, get 'em,
it'll be so fun. It'll be so fun. I'm gonna
get
punch
'em.
them and kick them. Just
I
make sure Greg sees it when I do it. Just that.
no,
Just.
so rude, so rude.
Fuck you in your
Abuse.
hour. Oh, I just go put the kitchens and the chickens and the
Well,
dickens.
I'm trying
Fuck
to
you
get
and your
rid.
fucking.
I got
Huh?
rats, and I'm trying to catch the rats, and I gotta pull up the chickens' food and get it out of reach so that they go after the poison.
Why don't you just use a shotgun with scatter?
I never catch them. I can never see them. They only come out at night, and they're burrowing all over the place. I keep filling them with water, but they keep coming back. So I'm trying to. I put some traps out and some.
They don't go in them?
I just put them in. I put a couple in the basement yesterday. I haven't checked them yet.
Oh,
Uh,
well, put them in the fucking yard where they're burrowing.
well,
And then throw some.
I put the poison there. I was worried the animals would get
They
stuck in the
won't come out.
traps.
They won't come out. You gotta, where they're burrowing in, when they come out to get some fresh air and relax outside of your house, that's where you put the munchy munch. And then after that, that's where you put the poison. And when they get to the rotten meat that they're eating, that's when you boom, boom, boom with a shotgun and go to sleep peacefully.
I will I will consider your advice. I appreciate it.
Is it really that hard of a fucking? It's not even advice. It's not an advice. It's a formula, Gregory. For crying out fucking loud. Wait. Now, see, now you owe me a double fucking Macallan on one cube of ice, and now, not two, 3 fingers. Okay? Hmm.
That's a lot.
Yeah, well, a lot's a lot when it comes down to fucking brothers, and you're my brother, and I love you,
I love you too,
and
man.
we always have a good time doing this, and
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, go, fucking run around on the road and play chicken. I can't wait to kick. I'm gonna kick one of your chickens so far. It's gonna be like a world record, like
No.
45 yards, Vinatieri, 2003. Oh my word! All right. I'm out. I'll shut up.
All right, brother. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. Please subscribe, follow, rate, review, comment, all that good stuff. I'm Greg. That was Al. He's gone now. Um, thank you again for tuning in. We appreciate it. And thank you for being here for our 10th episode. We will keep going on. Before he left, I was going to apologize for the editing on these videos. I'm trying to figure out how to integrate these videos better. We had talked about Biden last week endorsing Trump and putting his hat on, and then I put the video in there, and in post production when it came out, it was you couldn't see any of the footage. So for now, until I can figure it out, I'll try and post fewer videos that are image based, and I'll try and keep it to more informational. Because I hate that when someone's talking about something on podcasts and I have to go look it up myself. So, not that it's a huge deal, but I'll try and avoid that from here on out until I can figure out a better way to make those videos fit properly. I'm not sure if it's because of the TikTok format. I'm finding it difficult to download YouTube videos without being subscribed to premium, so I may have to get a premium YouTube account to do so. But thanks again, everyone. We appreciate it. Um, until next time. Peace.